My name is Jim McClenahan. I am with the College of Business at the University of Nevada, Reno, and the board chair for Junior Achievement Northern Nevada. Welcome to the 2020 Virtual Business Leaders Hall of Fame Gala, presented by Nevada State Bank.
And I'm Len Stevens, president of Junior Achievement in Northern Nevada. We want to thank you for joining us for a fun-filled night of silent auction bidding for the Christmas season, and also to learn a little bit about Junior Achievement. You know, Jim, you and I have been doing this kind of thing for the last 18 years. We've shared time together on boards, and I'm so grateful for all that you've done for not only me, but for our community.
Well, thanks, Len. And that's right. For almost 2 decades, you've been dragging me around to the most ambitious projects in town, and I've almost usually participated willingly most of the
Well,
time.
I don't know about willingly, but I am grateful and have a great deal of gratitude for sharing all those 18 years with me and helping me in so many different ways. And it's not only you. I want to take this opportunity to thank a great board that we have. They have done so much in terms of developing projects, donating, giving their time, and definitely helping us with their thoughts, their thought process, and forming what we think is a really advanced program that Junior Achievement has offered throughout our 13 counties.
Len, we do have an amazing board. We have a graphic on the screen right now that has a link to the auction site to where you can get all these great items, a phone number if you have questions, and a way to donate money to Junior Achievement. We really appreciate all your help.
You should be able to see the information and the link on your screen right now for all of the auction items and everything that we have available. And don't forget, if you have any questions about any of the items, please give us a call and we will help you.
I am so excited about all the opportunities we have with these auction items to raise money to support our great programs for financial literacy in the classroom. I think this is going to be a fantastic night.
I agree with you, and I want to again thank all of those donors that helped to make this possible, because without them, we don't have the finances to be able to teach the classes, and we're so grateful for the support that we get in this community.
Hey, Len, can you describe for folks just what is it that we do at Junior Achievement? How does our curriculum work? What are we doing in the classrooms to teach students about financial literacy?
I'm glad you asked that question. I get that question so many times, and it's when they hear about what we do, it's absolutely amazing. But Junior Achievement is now celebrating 102 years in the United States and around the world. And what we do in Junior Achievement is we are curriculum specific for every single grade from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade. So when young people get together, what they're learning about is just simple things about, hey, how did mom and dad pay for those shoes that you got? How did they go and take you out to a restaurant? They start to learn about money matters and how that works. And it goes into things like, hey, what is the difference between what you want and what you need? And how do you make those decisions? How do you learn to make solid financial decisions that are relative to your success and to giving you the opportunity to stay really financially secure rather than making decisions that could hurt you down the line. So when we get into the classroom, our volunteers, and even now that we're doing it virtually, we discuss the opportunities and discuss the decisions and that we make and how we make those decisions, what it is to have a checkbook, what it is to balance a checkbook, what it is to have a banking account. All of those kinds of things are relative to young people. And I can tell you, having been in coaching, at the college level, I can't even tell you how many kids I had that had never written a check, never had a bank account. So these things are so important and so relative to the future of their success. We then go into the middle school area where you start to learn about job readiness and how to fill out a resume, how to prepare, and more importantly, to start stimulating the thought process of thinking about what do I want to be after I get out of high school? Getting these young people to understand that being in the seventh and eighth grade is so close to being a graduate out of high school. and to learn this how to have success and to learn about the various things that might be of interest to you as you grow educationally. So if you can learn all of those kinds of things, now the next step becomes, boy, do I want to be an entrepreneur? Not only an entrepreneur in business, but an entrepreneur of your life. Every single individual at some point is going to have to make decisions that will have an effect not only on themselves, but on their families. So as you can see, when they go through this course from kindergarten all the way to 12th grade, they learn so many different aspects of the financial literacy, of job readiness, and of entrepreneurship. But even more importantly, they also get to intertwine with mentors, people who have been through what they're going to experience. And once they learn those things from mentors and people who can help them, they start to learn how important people around them are as resources, and they begin to utilize those resources to help them make good, sound financial decisions.
And Northern Nevada has come a long way since the start of 2020. And Junior Achievement has been there every step of the way. We've been delivering life-changing experiences since 1956. But last March, our community was put to the test. Instead of backing down from these challenges, we saw volunteers, parents, teachers, and school administrators come together to bring students the support that they need.
Yeah, it's been a great time. And to use the old Nevada phrase, we're battle born and we have the spirit. We've adapted the circumstances that we could deliver our mission and inspire the young people to dream big and reach their potential. Let's take a look at how JA has adapted to the changing needs in our community.
Not long ago, they were Generation Z, Gen Z, Zoomers. But now, they are the pandemic generation, the lockdown generation. The question is, will they become a lost generation? The new normal has been an overwhelming experience for all of us, but an especially profound one for today's young people. For many, their hopes and dreams have vanished before their eyes, and the future remains uncertain for the rest. What happens to them today will shape the way they see the world tomorrow. Will they view our nation as a land of hope, opportunity, and unlimited potential, or as something else entirely? Waiting to see what happens isn't an option. The time to act is now by giving them the tools, resources, and support they need to navigate uncertain times, reach their potential, and create a better future for themselves, their families, and communities. Junior Achievement's proven programs can help them do just that. But we can't do it alone. We are prepared to deliver life-changing experiences to young people, whether they are in person or virtual. But we need your support now if we are to make this happen. An investment today can help create a brighter and more just future. But hope can't wait.
So as you just heard, waiting to see what happens is not an option. We're prepared to deliver life-changing experiences to young people. And young people is why we're here. Let's hear from two of our JA students, Rachel and Aiden. Rachel and Aiden, thank you so much for joining us today. Would you please introduce yourselves to the audience?
Hi, I'm Rachel.
I'm Aiden.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I want to work in a zoo because I love animals.
How about you, Aiden?
I want to be a Lego set designer.
When did you have JA in your classroom?
2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
I did junior achievement in 2nd and 3rd grade.
What did you learn, Rachel?
We learned about how to handle money properly and how to start businesses, and we played a lot of fun games to really get the message through. One of the games we had to get with some other students in our class, and we had to design a business, how we would make it run, how we would make it unique from other businesses, what would make it special, and how we'd keep it going.
How about you, Aiden?
There was a lesson about computers where each different part of the computer came from like a different country in the world.
Do you think that JA should be in every classroom?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Do you guys have anything you'd like to pass on to our viewers?
Yes, 2 things you should remember till you're 86. Pay yourself first when you get your paycheck, and next, pay off your credit card bill every month.
Well, that was delightful. Thank you both for joining us today.
JA has been delivering these life-changing experiences for over 64 years. You've lived almost that long, Jim. And I know you've been a student.
Not quite.
Yeah, but you've been a student of JA, I know. And with the help of our business leaders like Governor Sandoval and now President of the University of Nevada, Brian Sandoval, who was inducted into our Junior Achievement Business Leaders Hall of Fame in 2018.
Look at now President Sandoval's message.
Good evening, and thank you to Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada for inviting me to speak. In 2018, as governor of our great state, I was inducted into the Junior Achievement Business Leaders Hall of Fame. I cherish this honor because of my passion for education reform and economic development. My faith in Nevada grows when I see the quality mentorship and forward-thinking programming JA provides our youth. The tools that JA provides, financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and work readiness, allow kids to dream big and reach their potential. One of the most profound things that JA mentors share are their career paths. Even as I dreamt of public service, my career path began with a job cleaning sheep pens at home. That alone stimulated me to pursue a different path. Our students deserve to know that the work they do now prepares them for whatever comes next. JA gives our youth the tools they need to navigate the future with confidence. In an uncertain time, we need to show the next generation that we are here for them. I commend JA for finding innovative and creative ways to provide curriculum to our youth in these challenging times. Please help support JA as they serve the young people of our community. Thank you for your presence this evening, and thank you for being here for the next generation.
Hey, Len, did you know that Brian Sandoval's first job was cleaning sheep pens? I hear it was a bad job.
Oh boy, that's good. I'll tell you, if you said that in front of him, he'd probably grab a shovel. Well, let me tell you something. It's fascinating when you start hearing the success stories of a lot of individuals like Brian Sandoval. He's been an amazing human being. He's been a great contributor in our community. And the important thing to remember is that people like him are the ones who provide us with opportunities to learn every step of the way as we grow and develop. My first job was in Ohio, delivering newspapers at 5 o'clock in the morning, 12 feet of snow, and no chains for my bicycle tires.
Were you barefoot too?
Almost. I had one boot.
Well, you know that the great thing about JA is that we are lucky to have professionals from all over the community sharing their time and their knowledge with young people from Northern Nevada.
You know, even during this pandemic, our volunteer mentors have been sharing their career paths and insights with Northern Nevada students. As you see in this next video, no two career paths are alike.
You know, I really think there's 3 key areas as you start to grow in the work that you're doing and that you want to do. One is the education side. I think learning it at a deep level is really important. The second one is the work experience. Actually getting to do the job and experience it and do it will give you insight into how you can apply the education to the actual environment that you're going to be in. And then the third piece is mentorship. As a young adult, you know, and as a young man, 13, 14 years old, there were people that really took an interest in me and they spent time with me. And they talked to me about what they did in their business. Even to this day, a mentor that I had when I was 14 is still my mentor to this day. I still call him when I'm making big decisions, and it gave me access to insight and wisdom that otherwise, I might have to have learned the hard way. That's one of the few shortcuts that you'll find in life, is the mentorship from someone else, and downloading that wisdom will allow you to be able to learn it without having to experience and potentially make a mistake. So it just gives you a leg up as you go into those situations.
Your career path is always kind of, there's valleys and peaks and all that good stuff. There's highs and lows. But when it comes to career growth, there really isn't a bad choice. It's really how you shift your mindset and look at the opportunity that's in front of you. Every choice you make, every manager you have, every job move you have is an opportunity to learn. You're either winning or you're learning.
You always have the opportunity to make every day better. There's 1,440 minutes in a day. If a day goes by where I didn't accomplish something I wanted, or there was a disappointment, I go back and say, what did I do with my 1,440 minutes? Right? Did I make the use of all of them? Because I can tell you, when I get honest with myself and I go back and I look and I didn't accomplish something or I missed a goal, I go back and be like, I could have done a lot more with those minutes. You absolutely have control of every aspect of where you go and what you do.
Every student should realize that there's something about you that is amazing. You're you and that's your power. So just know that you may see somebody else and they may have something that you think you want. That's on the surface. Being a high school student in this day and age is a challenge because there's always perception of what you're supposed to be. So we all kind of grow at our different rates. We all kind of learn things at different rates. Don't be afraid to ask for help, knowing that there's a lot of people out there to support you. You can make it. Anything that you think that you want to do, it is possible. You have the ability and you have the help and the support that's going to get you to where you want to be.
Biggest pieces of advice I could give any student is don't hesitate to ask. The starting point for those of you that are maybe seniors is looking at the FAFSA, or the free application for federal student aid. And that's essentially the application that will help schools determine your eligibility for different grant programs, work study programs, and student loan programs. Schools also have their own scholarship application processes, so we encourage students to work directly with their financial aid office to learn about their process and what the steps are to apply for those school-based scholarships.
It's okay to start something new and not like it. Keep doing it until you're good at it, and then give it a chance. If you don't like it, then you can find something new, which is okay to start over. But having that mentality to go ahead and give it a try and become good at something, people need to practice to become good at something. When you think about like LeBron James or Michael Jordan, they still practice today. They still practice every day. People say, I've never seen someone practice as hard as they do. One of the best things a mentor told me very early on is learn how to learn. I know that sounds very basic. When someone is uncomfortable, it's because they don't know a lot about whatever they're facing, whatever they're trying to learn. When you're given a job and you don't know how to do it, that makes you uncomfortable. However, how do you get over that? You learn more about it, you do research. But now you can Google something and almost learn anything. Learn a breadth of skills. This way you have a backup plan in case something falls through. So many opportunities online today, classes to learn about different things. If it was easy, then everyone would do it. If it's hard, then you know you're on the right track. You're gonna learn.
With the help of volunteer role models and proven programs, a simple shift, a positive attitude armed with knowledge will plant the seeds to thrive in a changing world. Giving young people a belief in themselves and the sense of purpose necessary to improve their lives and the lives of those around them. Junior Achievement. Empower the future.
Those were some great examples on how to persevere in the face of uncertainty.
You know, as you can see, there are so many ways to learn from mentors. And when it comes to mentorship, I can tell you in my career, I have been the greatest thief of all time. I have learned from so many different people. I have stolen ideas and utilized them to make a better situation of the things that I have been involved in. And you know what? I want you to know one thing, Jim. You're one of those mentors, and I'm really, really grateful for all that you have done to help us, to help our programs over the past years.
I'm happy to help. And this is why it's so important to have a great board and great volunteers, because we all learn from each other.
We certainly do. You know, Jim, speaking of help, it's always great to have the community support that we have. And tonight, our sponsor is Nevada State Bank. And we just want to take a few minutes to recognize them for what they've done for our JA program, as well as what they do for our community.
It matters who you build a future with. It matters who you bank with. Since 1959, Nevada State Bank has been there for Nevadans with locations all across the state, right in your neighborhood. With a focus on high-touch service that's been our hallmark every step of the way. Our state has changed dramatically. We've had prosperous times and challenging times. Through it all, it's been our privilege to offer stability and insight for our clients and a helping hand to our communities when they need it most. It matters who you chase your dreams with. We're here to help support businesses and bring them to life in exciting ways. Our financial professionals can deliver the right banking acumen for any industry. With a focus on relationships, we serve the needs of all businesses, big and small, plus insight into the state's economic landscape. Nevada State Bank has a range of home financing options for virtually every buyer, from first home to jumbo loans. With a suite of products, we make day-to-day transactions a snap. Our clients also enjoy services for high net worth individuals, along with robust resources for retirement planning at every stage of life. And here's the thing, you always get to talk to a real person with real decision-making authority. It matters who you find community with. One thing has never changed, our commitment to the people who call Nevada home. We proudly support causes that benefit education, the arts, diversity, good health, economic development, and livable communities. And we're committed to helping all Nevadans achieve financial literacy by offering information and guidance. We put Nevada first, and that means putting our clients first too. Nevada State Bank. It matters who you bank with.
In addition to our title sponsor, we would like to thank all of our donors. We have so many of them, Jim. Our help comes from all over the community. Thanks again to our donors for helping us be able to outreach into the classrooms throughout our 13 counties.
How do I get involved as a volunteer? If I want to go out to the classroom once the pandemic is over, how does that work?
It's so simple. And you know, Jim, get this. We have over 370 volunteers that have taught in the classroom for Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada. And how do we do it? There's so many different ways. We have businesses like Microsoft, like Intuit, that literally have 40, 50, or 60 volunteers that go out each and every year into the classrooms and teach these classes.
Junior Achievement is trying to reach 120,000 students throughout Northern Nevada. So when we have big companies like Microsoft or Intuit, we can reach an entire school, and it just makes our mission of reaching all of those students that much easier.
Well, for the students, it's the best people to have in here teach the lessons because they know about the business and they know about things that they're talking about in the lessons. Elmcrest has been doing JA in a day for about 4 or 5 years. The activities are so engaging, the students really love it, and it's interesting and it's neat seeing the professionals engage with the students.
We actually go through an orientation with each and every volunteer. It's not that they have to develop their own curriculum, and it's really easy to teach. It takes you through every single step. The booklet that you have and the materials that you have give you the questions, the answers, and all you need is a smile on your face and the ability to interact with other people, with young people, and you will have an experience of a lifetime. As you see in this next video,
really engaging, outgoing JA volunteers come in and not necessarily teach us out of a textbook, but teach us from personal experience.
I see the benefits for them. I see how it prepares them for society and prepare them to go to college or prepare them to actually open up their own business. So when you consistently go into class or you interact with a youth and you showing them that you care, man, it's sometimes it's tenfold worth more than money.
And JA's focus on financial literacy, the work readiness, and the entrepreneurial, all those are skills that any company really would value in a future employee. But it's also a way for employees to give their mind and their heart, if you will, what they're passionate about.
It's challenging and invigorating, and the interaction with the kids is so positive. You can tell that you've made an impact.
I want to help other kids that were like me that didn't really know what to do but had an idea. I want to show them that, okay, you have something, now let's take it further. You can take it from a dream to reality.
They gave me the opportunity to tell the people that told me I can't, that I can tell them I can.
And this is not just in Reno. We've expanded Junior Achievement all over Northern Nevada, haven't we?
When I came on board about 3 years ago, I was astonished to find out that we were representing 13 counties. I was like, oh my goodness, how are we going to get this done? And what we did was we took really the formula that we had in the Washoe County School District with this Washoe County School District, and Kristen and myself and Melanie, we started working on developing teams in each and every county. And what I mean by that is we developed volunteer teams, we developed financial sponsorships, we met with the superintendents of every single school in the counties, we met with the principals, we met with the teachers. And what we did during that period of time is we really actually presented the program to all of those entities. And by the time we were finished, we had so many more on board. We have over 8,000 students that are involved, and we're raising funds with people in those communities. It's just a step-by-step method. We started out right here in Washoe County and just sort of started our outreach, and now we are really in almost every county of our required and requested places.
So Len, given all the broad reach that we have, do you have a favorite JA success story where someone has been transformed or really touched by JA?
The first time when we went into Elko and Winnemucca area, it was absolutely amazing. What I literally did was go from bank to bank, because we always start with the financial institutions, because obviously it's a pet for them. They understand the need for financial literacy. They understand the need for entrepreneurship. They see it every single day in their jobs. And when we went into those banks and started meeting with those people, it was absolutely amazing. And let me tell you this one great story. I won't tell you a name, but we had this lady who wanted to teach a class, and she had a doctorate in international affairs, and she traveled a lot. And when she came home, she called me and talked to me, and she said, I really need to teach these classes. And I said, well, what grade do you want to teach? And she said, let me start from the beginning. And I said, well, that's interesting, with kindergartners. And she said, well, let me tell you, I have a hidden secret that what reason I want to do this. And I said, what's that? And she said, I have a PhD, and I still have difficulty in balancing my bank book and understanding how to make good financial decisions. So I'm going to learn while I'm teaching. So those are the kinds of things that happen. And you see it every single day with our mentors and with our volunteers. But most importantly, the greatest thing about it is the gift of how they are seen by the students. When they walk into a classroom, first of all, they're new to it's not the same teacher every day. It's like your mom and dad, you get someone new, and someone comes in and introduces themselves and talks about their career. All of a sudden, you develop a relationship that these kids will never forget. And I see it all the time. When I walk through the classrooms, and when I walk through different places and people find out that I'm working and helping in these programs, I can't tell you how many come up and say, that's how I started. That's what stimulated me to go into business and be an entrepreneur. And as an aside note, the first class in Northern Nevada, you know who a couple of the students were? Ty Cobb and Leo Seaver were in the first JA class in Northern Nevada. How far we go back. And when you see how this program has worked and influenced these young people, you will see a lot of great success stories.
It really makes me proud to be associated with an organization like JA, helping on their board, seeing all the great work that they do in our community.
Well, it is. It's absolutely amazing to see how influential this program is and how it really helps young people. And I think, the importance of learning how to manage your life financially is so great. And we see it in all the statistics, what people having difficulty, especially going through a thing like this pandemic now, people out of work. And, you always say you want to put things away like for a rainy day. This was bigger than a rainy day. And it really does have an effect when people need the help that they actually need for us to be there and help the young people to grow in that environment of financial literacy.
And we're so grateful for everyone involved, all the volunteers, all the board members, all the schools. And in particular, thank you to all the donors that make this possible. These organizations contribute in more ways than one. In fact, our partners at Microsoft produce this very show.
Not only Microsoft, but I want to give a great shout out to Lonnie Dill, who has produced this program, and also to Kristen and Melanie, my two teammates in the office. Without them, there's no way we have a program like this. The time and effort, passion that they put into this has been so rewarding, and it will be rewarding throughout the year for all of our people in our community. So thanks to all of you. I appreciate it. Now, up next, we have two JA's biggest supporters, Jason Yelowitz and Andrew Rangel. Jason came into our office one day. He just wanted to pick up a packet. That's all he wanted to do. You know, to help, he wanted to make sure his kids were getting the JA curriculum. And as we sat down and talked, he began to learn about the whole function of JA. And when he left, he was not only picking up packets for his children for their classroom, he was picking up additional packets and sponsoring other classrooms within the school. That's the kind of person he was. And not only that, he became so passionate about the program that he also joined our board. And what a great example he's been to our community. So we're grateful for people like Jason that really believe in what we're doing.
Hang on a second, Len. I know you like to exaggerate, but actually in this case, you aren't.
Hi. I've lived in beautiful Northern Nevada for 16 years. I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've started 7 companies. My first 3 failed. They failed hard. They had a total net profit of 0. Fortunately, I was able to persevere. The reason is because I was lucky. I was lucky that my parents taught me financial literacy from a young age. They taught me to always live below my means, to save for a rainy day, to pay off my credit card in full every month, and to have the humility to admit when my plan had gone off the rails so I could pivot and do something else before going bankrupt. Now I'm a parent myself, and I want my kids to learn the same lessons. Unfortunately, in many households, things like money, entrepreneurship, and related topics just are not discussed. When I look at adults I know who have hit hard times, you can almost always pinpoint it to a couple of unfortunate decisions that they made. My goal in being a Junior Achievement Classroom volunteer, a financial donor, and a board member is to help bring financial literacy education to kids who otherwise are not exposed. If we can help kids learn to think in a strategic manner about finances before they reach a crisis, we can seriously help them have a better life. And for those who are wondering, even though my first 3 businesses never earned a dime, the next 4 did amazingly well. Tonight is our annual gala. Due to the bizarro world that is 2020, we are completely virtual tonight. But rest assured, our very lean organization is staffed by 3 of the hardest working people I know, not to mention a fantastic volunteer board of directors, and they're all dedicated to the mission of helping kids become financially literate. If you can think of 2 or 3 times in your life when, with the benefit of hindsight, you wished you would have made more of a financially focused decision as opposed to an emotionally based decision, then please consider helping us tonight. We have lots of really fun auction items, and we graciously welcome donations as well. A couple of the fun things we have. We've got a 3-month membership to the body weight only exercise program known as Body Pal, taught by Reno local Jackie Peacock. I've personally been doing Body Pal for 7 years, and look at this chiseled physique. It works. Pizza Ba, delicious pizza delivered to your door to eat after Body Pal. You can bid on a week in an RV. We've got ski passes. We've got restaurant gift certificates. We've got a computer. We've got various specialists to help your kids. We've got golf and so much more. But remember, when you're bidding on these items, it's not about the items. It's about helping junior achievement. We've been here for over 100 years, and we have every intention of being here for 100 years more. 2020 has been rough for everybody, and we acknowledge only give what you're able to give. It's been a tough year for us as well, but we are 100% committed to the vision, and we are going to keep educating kids so that we can train the next generation of entrepreneurs, leaders, and people that are financially literate. Thank you so much in advance for all of your help.
It is really great to have board members that are so passionate, like Jason Yelowitz, that come in for information and end up being one of our biggest supporters.
Well, we have a lot of examples, and as I've said earlier, you're one of them also. We can't thank Jason enough, but you know what? We have a lot, we talked about earlier, we have a lot of great 20 board members that are passionate and believe in the same cause and work just as hard. Let's get on to our next segment, which features a UNR business student, Andrew Rangel. Andrew is a JA graduate and has returned to us in our JA office as an intern from the University of Nevada. Now, Andrew is another guy, he has his own business. When he was a senior in high school, he developed all kinds of different kinds of programs, did research for us above and beyond his internship. These are the kind of people that have participated in our JA program and have proven to be very, very successful after leaving the program.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Rangel, and the impact that JA has had on me has been extremely profound on my personal and professional aspirations and where I find myself in the business community here in Reno. A little more about myself. I'm currently a business student within the honors program at the University of Nevada, Reno, and I am triple majoring in finance, economics, and information systems. I also concurrently work in positions at both the undergraduate research department and as an associate banker at JP Morgan Chase & Company. Holding all these positions have been a great journey and has been able to complement a lot of different goals that I have set for myself. None of those would have been possible without the nudge of belief that Junior Achievement gave me when I was just in high school. I wanted to be able to thank the Junior Achievement family for giving me the opportunity to work so intimately through the internship program they had offered me, and also giving me the opportunity to volunteer and pass on the knowledge and confidence to future generations of potential professionals here in the Reno community.
Thank you, Andrew. A great, outstanding student, an entrepreneur, everything that you want in a young person that has such a great passion about being better every day in every way.
Now let's hear from another one of our board members, David Taylor from Microsoft.
And thank you for joining us for the Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada Virtual Gala. My name is David Taylor, Community Relations and Communications Manager for Microsoft's America's Operations Center located in Reno. I'm also a Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada board member and appreciate the work that my fellow board members and JA staff have done during this very challenging year and ever-changing environment to maintain JA's work and impact for students in Northern Nevada. Microsoft supports JA financially and also is a highly engaged partner as our employees volunteer for JA, whether in normal times in the classroom to teach JA or now appearing in the classroom virtually while providing content such as career talks or keyword videos. As we celebrate JA this evening, I would like to ask all local corporations to join us and get involved to support JA. Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada needs our support as we continue to inspire and prepare young people to succeed in a global economy. Thank you for your support in advance and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, David, for giving us that great example of not just how you can get involved, but you can get your whole company involved in Junior Achievement.
Thanks again to those board members because they are truly active board members. So thank you very much.
Len, we're going to break away from our program for just a little bit because I think it's time for us to talk about something that's really exciting, and that's the auction items. We have all these great items that have been donated to Junior Achievement to help us raise money to support our financial literacy programs in the classroom. Len, where can people find the website so they can bid on all these great auction items?
Well, all they need to do is just watch our screen. We have the link address up and also the phone number where you can call us and get information.
That sounds amazing. These are some great deals. And don't forget about item number 1, which is just a donation to Junior Achievement. And we could take that money and immediately put it to work in the schools doing financial literacy education.
That is a great suggestion, Jim. As people need to know is that all the money that comes in is money that is utilized to pay for the classes that we teach in all of the 13 counties that we're involved with. So there is a cost, but we have been so fortunate to have people donate and help us in that endeavor, and we appreciate every single one of those people who donate to us. Well, some of the great items we have is the Microsoft Tech Basket that is for every techie that's on the market. Everything you can need for your computer and all the other things that are really accessible. So take advantage of that one.
And the Logitech wireless keyboard and mouse is something that's especially useful for me working at home. It makes it much more comfortable to sit for longer periods of time and type.
Yeah, and if you're hungry, this is a great one. How about Boomtown Steakhouse, a $200 gift certificate? Boy, my mouth is watering already.
Well, and after you have that steak, we have 3 months of classes from Body Pow. So you can go take some live classes and take off some of the COVID weight.
Yeah, I'm going to need more than 3 months after I eat that steak, I'll tell you, but that's going to be a lot of fun. And then you want some exercise, more exercise? How about a round of golf for 4 at Red Hawk Golf Course? Beautiful place. They have 2 18-hole courses, and you have a choice to play either one of them.
Well, and we also have the Callaway Maverick Max driver to help you out there on the Red Hawk Golf Course. And Len, you've told me that driver is one of the best you've ever played with.
Yeah, it's one of the most popular on the market, and people use that. They're going to pick up 15 to 20 yards on their drive, so it's well worth it. And then the laptops. We have the Dell Latitude 3500 laptop, and every child would love to have something like that, especially during these times where they're online doing their classroom work. So another great opportunity for Christmas for the young people.
Well, and then as long as we're at Christmas time and we have lots of snow, head up to Tahoe Donner. We have 2 all-day ski passes at Tahoe Donner.
That sounds like fun. But how about this too? For you people that really love sports memorabilia, how about a jersey signed by Dr. J, Julius Erving, or one by Bo Jackson, one of the all-time greats? Or how about Rudy Rudiger, who was from Notre Dame and was the great substitute that was a walk-on, great story, a movie? Or Larry Bird, a signed autographed jersey by Larry Bird and Magic Johnson. So you have all of these jerseys that you can have and put into your collection.
Once you have the jerseys, it's time for another vacation. So head over to the Row. We have a sweet package for 2, courtesy of the Row.
Boy, and that includes a lot of food too, Jim, a lot of activity. So that's a great package. Then this is amazing. This one here is for any parent right now that's looking for daycare. Well, how about this? The Wegan Learning Center is offering 6 months of childcare, and that's on the auction block. And that is as we all know, if your child's going to daycare, that's a very, very expensive commodity that you need to have for your children. So look that up, and your child could get 6 months of daycare at the Wegan Learning Center.
And then, one of the best prizes, I think, is the 7-day RV rental. And, once you've been cooped up in your house for a long time, there's nothing like getting out into the RV and driving around. My wife and I rented an RV in October and toured Nevada state parks. It was absolutely amazing. And Len, I think this Sleep 7, is that right?
Sleep 7.
What a fantastic opportunity for a family to get out and take a vacation.
For a week, for a whole week. So that's a great one. That's really good. And then finally, the one thing we can't forget is if you have all these great gifts and you have something that you don't, or something else that you want to do, you can invest in our Junior Achievement Program. And by investing in our program, what you are doing is helping us to outreach to the many young people in our 13 counties that we serve and get into the classrooms to teach the curriculum that will help them grow as individuals when it comes to financial literacy, job readiness, or entrepreneurship.
And every little bit that we can raise on that helps us. If it's $10, 2 cups of coffee at Starbucks, that helps Junior Achievement. We'd love to get you to donate on a monthly basis too. So please take advantage of that and really help Junior Achievement. Len, what's coming up next in our program?
Well, I'm glad you asked, because I'll tell you, this guy Everybody knows him in the community. You talk about someone who exemplifies giving back to the community and contributing to a quality of life. This guy does it. Rick Revilio is one of our biggest and greatest supporters. Not only that, his dad and his uncle were inductees into our Laureates Business Hall of Fame.
So many of you may be wondering, what is a laureate? Laureates are JA Hall of Fame honorees who are inventors, entrepreneurs, CEOs, nonprofit leaders, and small business owners who share a commitment to excellence and a passion and drive to achieve. These are distinguished individuals who create better, more productive lives for their employees. These men and women are the reason we're here tonight.
I couldn't have said it better myself, Jim. What a way to articulate on what a laureate is. And tonight, before we delve into our laureates, let's hear a little from Rick.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you to Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada for inviting me to speak on behalf of this important cause. Financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and work readiness are skills I hold dear. The value of smart money management was instilled in me at a young age by my family, my incredible mentors. My late father, Jack, my uncle, Tom, are both laureates of the JA Business Leaders Hall of Fame. JANN believes that financial literacy can and should start in kindergarten. When you teach a 5-year-old student the difference between a want and a need, you set the stage for them to grasp the economic role they play in their families, neighborhoods, and communities. As a business leader, I rely on a financially articulate workforce that understands the role they play in my business. I cherish my employees and would not be where I am today without them. Providing the next generation of workers with invaluable economic skills is good for me, but great for the future of Nevada. Since last March, we've all experienced challenges at home and in our businesses. JA is no exception. They have used this time to develop distance learning content and hybrid programming to reach students all over Northern Nevada. Please join me in supporting JA's mission to inspire the next generation.
That was a moving and passionate testimonial from Rick Revilio.
It sure was. It was another reminder of the power of mentorship. Rick was lucky enough to have financial literacy mentors in his family. I mean, from his dad and his uncle, great family people and great business people. And now he's carrying a torch for JA into the future.
The future is why we're here today, isn't it?
It sure is. We're focusing on the future all the time. Not only the future of JA, but the future of our community and our most precious assets, our young people.
No one knows that better than our next speaker, Lynn Arnone and Chad Peters. Lynn is a representative from the Washoe County School District. We work closely with her and other district representatives to coordinate our efforts to bring financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and work readiness into classrooms across Northern Nevada. Our partnership with school districts has grown over the years, and thanks to the work of people like Lynn, JA is now in 7 school districts.
Isn't that great? I mean, can you imagine 7 school districts? And you know, Chad, his testimonial speaks on the power of community involvement across the expanse of rural Nevada. Chad is the executive director of the Boys and Girls Club in Winnemucca. And we've been working with leaders like Chad all over the state to bring JA into more classrooms. Let's hear from Lynn and Chad and hear what they have to say.
Good evening. My name is Lynn Arnone, and I'm in the business of bringing experiential learning to underserved Washoe County School District, elementary and middle school students. This happens through a grant-funded program called Redfield Community Outreach, which is part of the Education Alliance of Washoe County. Education Alliance is a nonprofit charity that's been in existence since 1992, and they collaborate with UNR and TMCC to support all Washoe County School District schools and students with partnerships and resource development. As one of those partnerships, I have worked for years with the Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada to bring hands-on financial literacy programming, and mentorship to the 4 elementary schools that I work directly with as part of the Redfield Community Outreach Program. Those are Anderson, Lincoln Park, Mamie Tolles, and Peavine. I support JA because I believe in the quality of mentorship that comes with their financial literacy programming. Business mentors from all over the community come together to bring important financial literacy skills to life and light in the classroom. Whether it's JA in a day, where JA takes over the school for the whole day, or regular weekly sessions with a volunteer, or even Zoom presentations, my students look forward to interacting with their JA mentors. Now more than ever, Generation Z needs the financial mentorship that JA programming offers. Using long-term studies that span generations, we know that the lessons JA mentors teach stay with our students well into their adult years. The mentorship aspect of the JA delivery system underscores the importance of the life lessons they teach and helps students build a strong foundation of financial literacy that they can carry on year after year. On behalf of all the students that I serve, thank you all for supporting the junior achievement of Northern Nevada and all the good work that they do.
I'm Chad Peters, Executive Director of the Boys and Girls Club of Winnemucca. Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada invited me to speak tonight because of our work together in the rural counties of Northern Nevada. Of the 13 counties that JANN serves, 12 are rural. In order to provide our rural students with the tools they need to succeed, we all have to work together as one community. In Humboldt County, the Junior Achievement Team brought together teachers, administrators, and volunteers to develop a plan to get JA in more schools. This coalition of educators and supporters helped us present the first ever JA in a Day at Winnemucca Junior High School, where they taught financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and work readiness in 16 classrooms. This coalition also launched programs at Sonoma Heights Elementary School and Winnemucca Grammar School. As many of you know, the building blocks of financial literacy start in kindergarten, when students learn to differentiate wants and needs. Thank you all for joining us tonight. I encourage you to give generously, but if you are unable to give, I encourage you to start a conversation about JA. Sometimes that's all it takes to spark the interest of a teacher, volunteer, or donor. I just want to thank Coach Stevens, Kristen, and Melanie from JANN for all that you do for us in Winnemucca and the rurals. Thank you and have a great evening.
That was awesome. We're so thankful to Lynn and Chad for their support. We wouldn't be where we are today without the work of leaders like them.
Speaking of leaders, we should remind everyone why we're here.
To raise money, right?
Yes, and?
To honor our laureates, of course. This year is a special one for JA. Hey, for the past 35 years, the Business Leaders Hall of Fame Gala has been our biggest annual fundraiser. But that's only part of why we celebrate. Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada's Business Leaders Hall of Fame is an event to recognize and honor the professional accomplishments of visionary businessmen and women who have shaped the Northern Nevada's economic landscape.
Len, exactly 10 years ago, Mary and Nazir Ansari were inducted as laureates to the Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada Business Leaders Hall of Fame for their contributions to the business community and education in Northern Nevada. Dr. Nazir and Mary Ansari have contributed to the scholarship, mentorship, and success of the greater Northern Nevada community. In the spirit of their generosity and dedication to education, Junior Achievement of Northern Nevada wishes to honor them by renaming the award in perpetuity to the Nazir and Mary Ansari Business Leaders Award.
You know, the Ansaris embody the spirit of the award, and we're so proud to name the Business Leaders Award in their honor.
We've been honoring business leaders in the community for the past 35 years, and 2020 is the first year we've had to cancel the annual banquet.
Hey, but there's good news on the horizon.
Are you ready to announce the 2021 Nazir and Mary Ansari Business Leader Hall of Fame laureates?
Oh, I thought you'd never ask. The 2021 Nazir and Mary Ansari Business Leaders Hall of Fame laureates are Parr and Jill Tolles, along with John Farahi of the Atlantis. Be on the lookout for a save the date for the 2021 Hall of Fame Gala. Hey, we're going to have that. Let's think positive and have everybody back in the room honoring these young people. It's always great to have the community support that we have. And tonight, our sponsor is Nevada State Bank. And we just want to take a few minutes to recognize them for what they've done for our JA program, as well as what they do for our community.
I'm Dr. Vincent Tiscoli, orthodontist here in Northern Nevada, and this is my story. Business in January and February was just on track. March comes, a lot of people were electing to cancel their appointments. There was an immediate response by Nevada State Bank. We were carefully guided all the way through the whole process.
I am so proud to work for Nevada State Bank. We were allowed to put our customers first.
Knowing that we had that PPP loan through Nevada State Bank allowed me to take a sigh of relief.
Len, we've heard a lot from supporters today about why JA is important to them. I want to close with one of my favorite videos.
Before we sign off, I want to thank everyone who made this year happen. Thanks to you, we're focusing on our community, focusing on our youth, and focusing on the future. Let's close by watching this 1-minute video about why JA. Just a short reminder. I hope you all have a great holiday season, and we look forward to working with you in the community throughout next year. Thank you very much.